And at number 10, we got Donald Trump. The former president has been banned from the majority of social media platforms. The domino effect of bans started when he was banned from Twitter following the January 7th insurrection that took place at the Washington, D.C. Capitol. Immediately after the riots, he was banned off of Twitter and Facebook. Twitter's ban was permanent, while Facebook's was temporary, pending an investigation, although Facebook ended up extending the ban further. After these two major companies banned Trump, he was also banned from Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and even Pinterest. Trump has tried suing the platforms to get his profiles back, and he is currently in litigation with all the major platforms, so I guess we'll see what happens. And at number 9, Rihanna. So it seems that even Rihanna is not above the rules, and the singer was temporarily banned off Instagram after she posted a photo to the platform that violated their terms of service. The photo in question showed a lot of her backside, if you catch my drift. The account was quickly reactivated, however said photo was removed from her profile. Rihanna is not the last celebrity who was temporarily banned from the platform for a little misstep, and she has been vocal against their restrictions. And at number 8, Courtney Love. Singer Courtney Love was suspended off Twitter in 2011 after she made some defamatory comments about fashion designer Dawn Simorangkir. Apparently back in 2009, Love took to just about every social media platform, especially Twitter, to rant about Simorangkir, who was reportedly, quote, demanding payment for a few $1,000s worth of clothes. But things turned nasty fast, and she at one point accused the designer of being a sex worker. Simorangkir ultimately took the singer to court, and Love's feed was temporarily suspended ahead of trial in early 2011. According to Time, the singer settled the case for nearly $450,000. And this was actually not the last time one of her tweets got her in a lawsuit either. And at number 7, Azealia Banks. Azealia Banks has been somewhat of a cyberbully online for years, so it's not a shock that she ended up getting banned because of it. She had come after a number of celebrities over the years, but when she attacked Zayn Malik using racist and homophobic slurs, she was kicked off the platform. This all took place in 2016, and insiders from Twitter state she almost got banned after some controversial comments about Sarah Palin. However, this was the final straw. After the ban, she tried to get back on using a different account, but that was also suspended. And at number 6, Rose McGowan. Rose McGowan has been a very vocal figure in the Me Too movement, and she was the first celebrity to call out Harvey Weinstein by name. She was first banned by Twitter in 2016 when she tweeted about an anonymous studio head whose nasty behavior was, quote, an open secret in Hollywood/the media. This tweet caught the attention of Ronan Farrow, who later published a New York Times report on it. Years later, when the report was published and hundreds of other women came forward, actor Ben Affleck decided to tweet out in disgust of Weinstein, which a lot of people were doing at the time. But this sent McGowan into a long rant, alleging that Affleck had known about Weinstein's bad behavior for years. She ended up tweeting for Affleck to F off, but was not suspended until she posted someone's phone number on the platform. She got her account back once it was deleted. Halfway number 5, Clint Eastwood. After Trump won the 2016 election, Clint Eastwood was incredibly happy about it and tweeted out his delight about the win. But many were scratching their heads when his account was later suspended. Some felt the platform was limiting his free speech or even showing a liberal bias. But there was actually more to the story, and it was revealed that he wasn't suspended because of his support for Trump, but because the account wasn't actually Clint Eastwood's. I guess it was just an imposter that was pretending to be him. However, if the account wasn't verified, which I'm kind of assuming it wasn't, I don't know why anyone would really think it's actually Clint Eastwood. I mean, come on now, but okay. And at number 4, Chelsea Handler. This case of suspension was very similar to Rihanna's, and Handler got in trouble on Instagram after she posted a racy photo that violated their terms of service. This took place in 2014 when she posted a topless photo of herself riding a horse. The image apparently broke Instagram's rules about nudity, which doesn't allow women to show their nipples. However, men are allowed to. This decision has drawn a lot of criticism from influencers and celebrities alike, who pointed out the blatant double standard of the policy. Even though Handler was vocal against the decision, the photo was eventually deleted. And at number 3, Adele. This is probably the funniest case of banning because Adele decided to actually ban herself from Twitter. And in this day and age of cancel culture, she definitely made the right decision. And it seems that her thinking was along these lines, and when asked about the decision, she said she felt she was getting too close to tweeting something inappropriate, and taking herself off the platform was the best way to avoid getting in trouble while she's drunk. Now, instead of being off the platform, her Twitter account is run by her team, who tweet and post for her. And at number 2, PewDiePie. PewDiePie is YouTube's biggest star, but he also has a lot of controversy under his belt. One of these is his Twitter suspension. Back in 2016, the YouTuber had his Twitter temporarily suspended, and his verification was even stripped because he made a joke about joining ISIS with another YouTuber. But that wasn't the first of his controversies. He also got massive backlash after he posted a video to his channel that showed a sign with an anti-Semitic message. This video was not only taken down by the platform, but the incident got his YouTube Red series cancelled. He was also dropped from the partner program. After all the fallout from the incident, PewDiePie decided to post less on YouTube and started streaming on sites like Twitch. And finally, number 1, Kanye West. With all the insane rants Kanye posts on Twitter, it's no wonder that he's been suspended on the platform. But instead of being suspended for the things that he has said, Kanye actually got suspended in 2020 after he tweeted out the personal phone number of the Forbes editor at the time. This is obviously doxing and is against Twitter's terms. The ban for this offense lasted less than 12 hours, and he hopped right back on after. Around the time he released the phone number, he also posted photos of his recording contract on Twitter so that his fans could see the arrangement. This was around the time he was fighting for his own masters, and he felt he was going to get killed for speaking out against big names in the industry.
In at number 8, Kim Kardashian. Other than the fact that she is famous for being famous, people really listen to Kim Kardashian, which isn't necessarily the best thing. I'm sure she could make much more of an impact by not being on social media 24/7. She has such a large following that her DMs must be jam-packed with offers from companies looking for her to advertise their products. I also don't think that she looks deeply into what these products are and simply views them as a payday. The biggest example of this that I can point to is the diet lollipops that she was advertising. She made this post advertising for the Flat Tummy Company's new appetite suppressant, and the problem is that the ingredients in this product haven't even been approved by the FDA, which means it's most likely not safe for people to consume. Although because she has established this unattainable image through plastic surgery and Photoshop, she then influences her audience to consume these toxic products with the hopes of being just like her. It's all around just not good for anyone. In at number 7, Clint Eastwood. Now, there are some celebrities that have admitted that they are just too old to be on social media, and others have maintained that it kind of freaks them out in general. One person who should just stick to doing movies and playing shuffleboard is Clint Eastwood. After Donald Trump was elected, Clint tweeted out, "Thank you, America. I don't have long left to live, but I know the last few years will be great. I can't thank you enough. Hashtag President Trump." Now, there's nothing wrong with expressing joy for your candidate choice getting elected, but Twitter decided to suspend his account. The reason wasn't because Clint tweeted this, but because someone had actually created the account and it wasn't Clint Eastwood. That being said, I still wouldn't trust old man Clint to run his own social media pages, especially after that video of him talking to a chair that he claimed was Invisible Obama.
What do you want me to tell Romney? I can't tell him to do that. Can't do that to himself. You're crazy.
In at number 6, Ellen DeGeneres. Let's face it, ever since the lockdown, Ellen has done nothing good to help her career. First, there were the comments about how her home felt like jail. Then we had her turning her back on crew members that have put up with her for years only to fire them for an independent company. Now she thought that getting herself involved in the Black Lives Matter movement was going to save her. In a since deleted tweet, Ellen said, "Like so many of you, I am angry and I am sad. People of color in this country have faced injustice for far too long. For things to change, things must change. We must commit ourselves to this change with conviction and with love." Now, while I'm sure that was meant to be a nice sentiment of voicing support, but remember folks, she is BFFs with George W. Bush. Not exactly a political ally to the Black Lives Matter movement.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
In at number 5, Tomi Lahren. Tomi is one of those right-wing pundits that is constantly saying inflammatory things online just to provoke a reaction from the people. She certainly has her supporters, and all that does is fuel this engine of hatred to keep on going. Again, I'm not against the limiting of speech, but if Lahren took a break from social media, it probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Recently, Tomi thought that she would weigh in on the protesting and said, "Brave men and women of law enforcement, these psycho Dems want to defund, dismantle, and destroy you. This is the choice Americans must make in November, lawlessness or law and order. No wonder the Dems are pushing fraud-ridden vote by mail." The problem with this tweet is that protesters against police brutality should not be a bipartisan issue. It's pretty clear that police agencies have been lawless for decades. Got him! In at number 4, Donald Trump. Now, speaking of free speech, you would think that the president would be for that. Unfortunately, he is, unless someone doesn't agree with him. Recently, when one of his tweets was fact-checked by Twitter, he actually threatened to shut down all social media companies. Which definitely seems like he's attempting to limit the speech of everyone, again, only because someone else didn't agree with him. So because of that, no one can say anything. For the amount of hatred that he has for the Chinese government, he sure enjoys taking a few things out of their book of controlling the people. In at number 3, Tekashi 6ix9ine. This one's a fairly easy one for me. 6ix9ine was put in jail for heinous crimes, and before that he was just the most annoying person on social media. Now that he's out and cooped up at home, he's only been continuing to rat on other rappers and stir the pot more than ever before. I can't even keep up with how active this guy is online. He claimed that he needed to be let out of prison for fears of catching COVID, but as soon as he got out, this guy just started flexing hard. He posted this photo of himself holding stacks of cash with the caption, "Describe me in one word," which filled the comment section with the word snitch, and at least he hasn't deactivated his comments so people can continue to expose him and how much they don't like him. It's good karma coming back. In at number 2, Jake Paul. Much like Tekashi, I would have no qualms if social media wanted to ban Jake Paul. While his brother Logan seems to have redeemed himself from his previous adolescent behavior, Jake is kinda stuck in the past. Having a platform as big as he does only seems to fuel more and more erratic behavior. Case in point was him thinking it was a great idea to show up to a mall and film people looting. Thankfully, his actions finally had consequences and he was arrested and charged for his role in the looting of an Arizona mall. Jake was charged with criminal trespassing and unlawful assembly. Hopefully some time in jail will give him some serious quiet time to focus on rethinking what he says and does for clout.
It was yesterday when a handful of fans and YouTube creators noticed that PewDiePie's channel wasn't accessible in YouTube's search feature. This could mean that the platform has shifted its algorithm in a way that lessens his impact and availability on the platform. But it could also mean that it was another term called shadow banned. Shadow banning is the act of blocking or partially blocking a user or their content from an online community, and it can actually happen on most social media apps, not just YouTube. When people were searching his channel yesterday, his page wouldn't show up at all, or one of his videos would, but it would not be listed first, which is never the case because he is the biggest creator on the platform and has been for many years. So why did the YouTube channel with the most subscribers, I think it's 154 million, don't quote me, become so difficult to access? The answer isn't clear yet, but YouTube has spoken up about it. Fans were concerned for the YouTuber because his newest video bombed and only had 34K views, when his average is around 5 million minimum. To shadow ban a creator means that a conscious decision is made by YouTube to put the strain on the creator's channel. So you can imagine just how hard his fans were going after YouTube, assuming that they were trying to sink his ship. Which doesn't totally make sense to me because he also makes YouTube a lot of money, so why would they do that to their biggest success? On Twitter, the official YouTube account told fans that it does not shadow ban any channels and that it was possible that the search results were influenced by the system flagging the recent upload somehow. When content is flagged, the team needs to review it before it can show up in the search bar. Usually this is a very quick process, but with the coronavirus pandemic, they said the reviews are taking longer. A YouTube representative acknowledged the issue to Polygon, stating, "We are hearing reports that PewDiePie's channel and some videos are not surfacing within searches. We are currently working on fixing the issue. We are sorry for any inconvenience this has caused." As of now, the search portion of the channel issue seems to be resolved because when I searched him this morning, his channel was the top suggestion along with his videos. But YouTube has not confirmed that all the problems have been addressed yet. His tanking video is now up to 1.9 million views when I checked this morning, but that is still a lot less than usual, so the alleged shadow ban definitely had an effect. PewDiePie was requested to comment and denied it, and has not commented on it on any of his social media pages either. Honestly, he's probably just pretending it didn't even happen. Belle Delphine lost her entire YouTube channel yesterday without warning, and she is not happy about it, which is completely understandable. I don't think anyone would be happy about that. Her fans were quick to notice that she was gone from the platform, and she revealed she was banned from the site without any warning or strikes. Normally what happens is if YouTube finds your content breaks any community guidelines or policies, they will give you a warning and then follow that with a strike if necessary. The first strike will actually shut your channel down for 7 days, and then if you get another strike, a third one, your entire channel is terminated. So usually it takes a while for this to happen because you can actually appeal the strikes and have them removed if they were false. Belle couldn't figure out why her content was flagged as sexual content when there are music videos like WAP on the platform. So she tweeted at the YouTube team asking them how that is possible. She tweeted, "Hey Team YouTube, why was my YouTube account terminated with no warning / no strikes for sexual content when you allow and promote songs like WAP? Seems a little sus." She also went on to explain that not only did she not get any strikes or warnings, but they did not say which videos in particular caused the ban. She did admit that 3 days prior she received a warning on one of her videos, not a strike, just a warning, and that it was removed. She said she was fine with them removing that video and said she wouldn't post content like that again, but that removing her whole channel without any warning was extreme and unfair. People told her to create a new account, and she said that she tried and it actually wouldn't allow her to do that with her name. Her fans helped her tag Team YouTube on Twitter so they could address the issue, and Keemstar also tagged them and said that it wasn't right. Everyone agreed that her content isn't any more sexual than the WAP music video, and that this is her entire career and income on the line. It's not like they just removed a couple of videos, they literally just removed her entire channel. I've never seen that. The YouTuber revealed screenshots of the message that she claims was sent from YouTube. It said, "We'd like to inform you that due to repeated or severe violations of our community guidelines, your YouTube account has been suspended. Graphic sexual content that is meant to be sexually gratifying is not allowed on YouTube. We review education, documentary, artistic, and scientific content on a case-by-case basis." With that being said, I just want to know which one WAP falls under. Like education, documentary, scientific. Is that considered artistic? Because to me it is straight up mild porn. But it seems like all her tweets worked because last night she tweeted out that her account was back and thanked YouTube for listening to her. However, just because her account was reinstated, it still appears that a lot of her videos were removed or striked, because when I actually went to her page this morning, she only has 5 videos on her channel. She has no playlist, no posts on the community page. It's literally empty. Losing years worth of content is a massive loss to her channel and her finances. So we will have to wait it out and see what happens from here. She may still be suspended from posting right now, and maybe she can appeal a bunch of her old content and they will put her videos up again. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But while we wait, let me know what you think. Do you think YouTube should be able to just ban your channel without warning? Do you think her content is worse than the WAP video? Let me know what you guys are thinking, and also leave a like if you enjoyed this news story. I was your host, Jasper Bedard. I will see you next time.